A simple dough of water, sugar and starch, garnished with a pistachio. And there you have it, the famous Turkish delight, or lokum. And though this lokum shop is based in Turkey, its owner is Syrian. Emel Shama fled the civil war to the Turkish border town of Gaziantep 10 years ago.
I learned the basics of lokum production from my grandfather, and here I refined the process. My children will continue this tradition, God willing.
Today, Shama exports her lokum all over the world, an unusual success story among the more than 3 million Syrian refugees in Turkey. 430,000 of them live in Gaziantep alone. That's almost 1 in 4 of the city's inhabitants. In some areas, Syrian businesses dominate the streets. But most Syrians here work illegally in factories and construction. Women in paid employment are uncommon. Emel Shama is something of a role model. Her lokum business was the first female-led refugee startup. In Syria, she was a housewife.
I wanted to continue the tradition of lokum making in Turkey, but I realised I needed support. When I found it, I was finally able to open my own business.
That support came from Germany. The state-run Gesellschaft für internationale Zusammenarbeit, or GIZ for short, gave Shama a microloan. In Gaziantep alone, similar programs have helped over 500 Syrians to become self-employed.
First, we are covering all the legislation fees. Second, we are providing also capacity development to the individuals. We are supporting one individual, but these individuals also support their community. For instance, Amal Shamal. She also provides job opportunity for her community. So there are many Syrians also working here.
But there is also resentment among Turkish residents towards the Syrian refugees. The economic crisis, unemployment, high inflation and rising rents are all contributing factors.
I feel like a refugee in my own city. Wherever you look, there are Syrians everywhere.
The state cares more about them than about us. That's why there's so much discontent and negative sentiment.
The government too is aware of the growing discontent. The burden on the city's administration is substantial. That's why funds from Germany are a welcome sight.
We are at the municipality with the institution support like GIZ. We are trying to create a social cohesion without any problem. The resources has limited, but the needs a lot. That's the problem.
For Emel Shama, living on someone else's dime was always out of the question. But despite her successful business, she faces substantial obstacles as a refugee here.
We can't just go to a business meeting or a trade fair because we're not allowed to leave the city without a permit. First, we have to get permission from the immigration office.
Unlike many other Syrians, Emel Shama never considered fleeing further west. The old town of Gaziantep reminded her of Aleppo, her hometown. But being so close, yet so far, weighs heavily on her.
Even if I returned to my country, I probably wouldn't find the same people, the same atmosphere as before. I'm afraid everything will have changed.
A timely return seems out of the question at the moment. But the new beginning in Turkey has been successful, with a little help from Europe.